EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started.
And off we go from Cleveland.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Now Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And all the way down to the 25-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good catch and excellent creation of a big play downfield. And I can guarantee you this, that's not a play this defense has practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
Here's Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd down and 6 now.
Now a give right side. It's Bailey. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Davis now. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Davis. Throw left side complete. That's more. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Davis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Davis. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
Speed. Can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Back to throw again.
Open man. He completes it to Judy.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
With solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
On first down, Bailey.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They run the counter. It's Bailey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davis. He's got the connection to Moore.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Chubb on the read option.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Davis. That's going to be caught by Judy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg, Davis. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw, Davis. That is caught. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's not going to end in points, but, you consider where this drive started. You probably label it a success.
I do, and I know that without points, it's hard to say that a drive truly was a success. But think of it this way. Changing field position, maybe giving your defense a little bit of a break.
Here's Davis throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Prescott to throw it. And Cooks has it over the middle. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They run the counter. It's Bailey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? People say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Prescott now. Going right back to Ferguson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys are able to move back in front. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Cleveland offense making their way out. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. A give running right is Chubb. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Chubb on the read option. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Now 2nd and 3.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now Prescott. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Davis throwing to start the drive.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Davis.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Davis. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 31, here's second down and 2.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Throwing, Prescott.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Looking to throw, Prescott.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Play action now, Prescott.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott from the gun. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets it to Cooks. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
A first down carry by Elliott.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now Davis throwing to start the drive. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Davis looking left side. That's caught by Moore. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Chubb running right. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off play action. Davis. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Davis now. Over the middle, complete to Judy. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Handoff comes to Chubb. There's a nice move. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run it again with Chubb. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Davis. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Powering his way forward. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Bailey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. Fighting to stay upright. Flushed out right.
Still on his feet, and he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Off the play fake, Prescott. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Second and 1 from the 2.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it?
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. And a little quarterback draw option works to perfection for him.
Yeah, it's hard to account for the quarterback in most situations on defense, and that's why the quarterback draw is so successful. Everyone else covered, makes a little fake, runs into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This is the tight end, Njoku.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Right back to Njoku.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Davis. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Prescott to throw it. And that's complete to Cooks. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Prescott now. Buying time to his left. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That one goes for 8 yards.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. They'll run on first down. It's Bailey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Browns set to take over. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give the credit there to Jordan Phillips getting in the backfield for the tackle for loss.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Back to throw here.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And again, it's Prescott.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
2nd and 10.
Now a give, right side. It's Bailey, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now a give, right side. Bailey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover.
So now the Browns down 21-17, just over a minute 40 to play. The late fumble gives him unexpected new life as they come up first down.
Following the fumble recovery, Davis. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You've got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is they're all 30 yards downfield after that play.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep the...
This is caught at the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, 4th quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem fazed one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Prescott. And that's complete to Brown. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The dog pound barking as loud as they can here. 3rd down. Now Dak. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
One last shot now for Prescott. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions. So do I about the decision there at the end. They had the potential game-time field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs the checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? You had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.